Do you want to become an IT manager, IT director, or above without costly university degrees, MBAs, decades of leadership experience, or a bunch of certifications? Welcome to Ultimate IT Leadership Career Foundation Training. First, let's acknowledge this thing. Climbing up the corporate ladder is not easy. But there are 3 secrets to help you with your ultimate IT leadership career. Before I reveal these 3 secrets, let us look at it why climbing up the corporate ladder is not easy. Because it depends on multiple factors. So the first and foremost important thing is it depends on your experience. What are your core skills? What are your special skills which separates you from others? Not only just having the right skills, it is also depends on your ability to showcase your value and your confidence. I call these as your internal barriers. And there are external barriers which limits this corporate ladder progression depending on company size, situation, and current leaders and their culture. Not only that, even if the company is doing good, what about industry, market conditions, and available opportunities? So these are all called external barriers. So to climb up the corporate ladder, it depends on your internal barriers, which we need to learn how to overcome them. And it depends on external barriers, which we cannot change, but we need to learn how to navigate around them. And this is more even difficult in information technology career because there are a lot more variables in information technology and the paths to go up. So let me show you my career journey. If I put my career into this X and Y axis, X as time and Y is my value of contribution and my growth in the career. I started as a systems engineer around 25 years back. And now fast forward in 25 years, I'm doing a leadership role, IT leader as a CIO for US division of a company. So if I had to divide all these 25 years into a better way to convey my journey, I divide this into 3 phases. Phase 1 is survival phase. And this is where I was focusing on, can I keep my job? Can I just do the work what my manager is expecting so I don't get fired? What skills do I need to acquire just to do my job in the right way? So I call this a survival mode. And after that, my struggle phase started. Because during the survival, I proved myself. I know my value. I want to grow up in my career. I wanted to become a manager. So I was trying to understand how can I become a manager to grow in my career. Someone told me that, hey, Raj, you should do an MBA. Then I said, okay, I'll do MBA, not just from any university. I'll do it from the top university. I was living in Michigan, so in US, Michigan. So I went to the top university, Ross Business School. It's one of the top 10 in the US. So I finished my MBA. And after that, I wasn't still progressing in my career. Then I thought, okay, I'll do more certifications to improve my skill set. And then I increased my hard work. And then I did more certifications. And then also I did my second MBA, which is MIT Sloan Advanced Executive Program. With all these efforts, I could say my last 5 years were success in a phase started. It's a leadership progression started. So if I have to put all this 25 years experience into one slide to convey about me, that I worked as a multiple roles in IT, as a programmer, consultant, system administrator, project manager, delivery lead, head of data analytics, IT director. At present, I'm working as a CIO for US division of a global company. I'm also an author and keynote speaker. And in terms of my education, as I mentioned, I have MBA from Michigan Ross School of Business and also advanced executive degree from MIT Management School. And as by nature, my prior education, I finished my Bachelor's of Engineering. Not only that, as per my education, I have a bunch of certifications. I'm not even showing my technical certifications. These are the certifications which help me to improve my leadership career and knowledge. And not only that, I'm a member of Forbes Technology Council, and also I'm a member of CIO groups, and I'm a board member of one of the university's Technology Innovation Center as well. If only I had the right mentor and guidance, I could have saved at least 10 years to get to where I am. My struggle phase could have been maybe reduced instead of 10 years to maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years. So I thought I need to help people who are stuck like me or who needed that guidance. So I started Future CIO Club, and then I developed this program called Ultimate IT Leadership Program. So people who took this Ultimate IT Leadership Program, here are some feedbacks from them. Venkatai says, "Hey Raj, thanks for sharing high-level view of a CIO role, its responsibilities, and how do we get there. It's really exciting. I really enjoyed all the content of the videos and felt as such I am in that role and looking down the entire enterprise from the top being with the business. Thanks for giving an idea about the holistic view of the enterprise from the business to IT and back to business." And let's look at some other review. I'm really enjoying and consuming your great piece of content created. This is simply amazing, and I can see the work behind the curtain. I feel it is the one-point solution for the existing CIOs like me and the aspirants willing to excel in their career. And one other review, Sahil Arya put it in LinkedIn. Do you want to become a successful CIO? Future CIO Club is highly recommended. Just completed the session and found very interesting. It contains all the aspects of becoming a successful CIO. If you are willing to move up, either it's IT director or CIO, you can explore this course. And there are a bunch of other reviews who completed this course gave me very positive feedback. And that is what excited for me to share this foundation training for you. So part of this foundation training, I am going to share 3 secrets. Let's start with secret number 1. There are no shortcuts to success in leadership career, but there is a fast track. Let me explain this secret. So if I had to put organization leadership progression levels, I would put them into these 5 levels. It doesn't matter whether it is a $1 billion company or $10 billion or $100 billion company. All the progression hierarchy can be grouped into these 5 levels. Level 1 being the individual contributor who doesn't have any people reporting to him, and this individual contributor job is to perform in their role. And level 2 are managers who has team members reporting to the person. And level 3 are directors who are having teams of teams, like managers are reporting to directors. And level 4 is a VP or CXO who are functional heads or department heads in the company who are having responsibilities to fulfill their duties and provide value to the business from the top level. And then they all report to CEO or board of the directors. These are the 5 levels. So let me ask this question. How many years you have to spend at each level to progress another level? Is there any rule book like that? For example, an individual contributor needs to have 10 years to become a manager? Or is there something like, managers need to have another 10 years to become directors? Or for that sake, for directors, how many years they need to have experience to become a vice president, or in this case, CIO? There's no rule book, right? Is everybody working same number of years before go to the next level? Look around you in your organization where you're working, the people whom you know. Did they all work exactly same amount of years to get to where they are? Not really. Let me tell you a story here. So in one of my past company, when I was in the middle of my career, I used to work with people who are experienced in SAP world. They are like a specialist in SAP ABAP programmers, and they have deep functional and technical knowledge. And one lady joined, her name is Joyce. So she joined with them, I think she joined with the 5 years of experience. So she was considered as a junior. So she started learning from these people who are already seniors and started working. And after 3 years, I think 4 years, she was getting more recognition than anybody in the team. And then she was recognized as a work lead for all other members. It was like so surprising for my friends who were working with her and teaching her. Now it became other way. She became a lead for them. And then she jumped to become a manager in the same company. And then she jumped to become a director in another company outside. And she worked over there for, I think, 4 years as a director. Then she made another jump to become vice president in one of the medical company. Now she's working as a CIO. I happened to meet with her just a few weeks back in a kids event. So she's moving out of Michigan now. So what I'm trying to say here is her career progression, I think it took 12 years from where she joined that company as a, not very junior, but okay, ABAP programmer. But fast forward 12 years, she became a CIO. In this time period, my friends who were already seniors, I think one of them became a manager, others are still same level, a couple of them. And the person who hired her is moved up to only one level. He became a manager. But this lady became a CIO now. So what is the difference? Did she jump the layers? No, she didn't jump. There are no shortcuts. But here is what you need to understand. There is a fast track. Some people move up these levels very fast compared to many other people. Many people get stuck and they don't have right guidance. They don't know how to move up. How do I know that? Because I was like that. I spent a lot of time being an individual contributor. I don't know how to move up. I went around left and right to look for the direction and guidance. I did MBA and I did a lot of certifications. So how do we fast track? That's what I'm going to talk here. If you look at traditional career journey, from your current role to, let's say, top leadership role, how long would it take? It would take 5 years or 10 years, depending on where you are, right? But fast track, how do you fast track this journey? So the same diagram, I'm going to build on it with more components to help you understand this Ultimate IT Leadership Foundation training. So we are looking at the time on the bottom axis and the value as a y-axis. Wherever you are, put yourself in the current role on the left, and next level leadership role or even top level leadership role. You could even think of, let's say if you are an individual contributor, you can think of how to become a manager, or you can think of how do I become a director. I know it sounds very far, but let's go along with that. How do you become a director? If you are a manager, don't think how do you become a manager. Think how do you become a vice president in X years, few years. How do you fast track? So for that, what you need is an airplane. I'm going to use this analogy here. You are the pilot because you are the one who's going to navigate this airplane. And what does the airplane represents? The work, what you can contribute to. Because you and your work are the one who's going to take you up and take off. So you are the pilot and you have an airplane, but you need to acquire the right skills to take off this airplane. For that, you need fast track pillars to support you in that journey. So what do these fast track pillars can help you? So this is what the way I convey here is, you need to acquire the top leadership role skill set and mindset. And that will help you to progress your leadership career. What many people do is they look at only incremental skills improvement. What can I do to go to the next level? What certification, what education do I need? What skills do I need to improve? But what my system or my approach is, if we can acquire top leadership level role, skill set and mindset now itself, then nothing is going to stop you to progress faster. That is what this fast track is. So the fast track secret number one here is there are no shortcuts, but there is a fast track. How do you get the fast track? With the right pillars, you can take off your airplane, which is career airplane, with your work, you as a pilot, with your skills, acquiring the skill set and mindset of top level leadership role, and you can progress your career fast track. Okay, now let's move on to the second secret. Unlock top IT leadership's CIO skill set and mindset. Because at the end of the secret one, we said we needed to acquire top level leadership roles, skill set and mindset. Now the secret number two is, how do we unlock this top IT leadership skill set and mindset? So after, I need to tell my story here. After MBA, I thought, okay, I acquired business knowledge and I could get a supervisor or manager role. So I applied in my company, supervisor role, not even manager. It's one level down from manager, but it's one level above from an individual contributor. I went to the interview and I failed miserably. They didn't even select me for the further round. They knew that I'm an expert in my field. They knew that I have an MBA, but I wasn't selected. And that scattered my confidence. I spent more than $100,000 and went to the top university to get my MBA, and I have strong technical experience. I'm already proven, but still I wasn't able to get selected for even the next level of interview. I was like literally surprised. So what missed here? Because I wasn't able to talk what a value I could bring to the company, what I can help to the team, because I was so focused on my experience, my silos. So there is a business knowledge, I have it on the top, and my technical deep skill set in the bottom, but I didn't convey to the interviewers that I could give the value for this role. And that is why I developed this framework. I call it as a purpose of an IT org, purpose of an IT organization. If you understand this map, you will know where you are at present and what else you need to do to improve your value, to be considered for your next role. We can look at the purpose of an IT organization into these 4 domains. One is align, build, align, plan, build, run. So let's start with align. What does align means here? Align with the business objectives and deliver value. Again, just to remember again that what we're talking about is entire IT organization, the purpose in any company, it is a small, medium, large company, can fall into these 4 groups. If you understand these 4 groups, you're acquiring the CIO level mindset and the skill set as well. And so the align is align with the business objectives and deliver value. Plan, based on the needs of the business, develop plan on what needs to be worked. That is what we can even call as strategy and project portfolio planning. And then the third domain here is build. So you have a plan, execute the plan, and build the capabilities or services required for the business. And then final pillar here is run. Run IT operations to provide reliable services and applications to the business. That's it. These are the 4 domains of what an IT organization purpose in any company. Let me map them. Let me show you another diagram connecting these with a little more details. Okay, so first let's start with align. What can be means by align? So another word for this is IT governance. IT governance, what is the purpose of this governance? Defines what IT should do. What IT should do? Deliver value with strategic alignment with the business. A business wants to go left, then IT is supposed to serve business to go towards the direction. If business wants to go up, IT is supposed to serve that. So the alignment has to be there with the business direction and goals. And another aspect of IT governance is how IT should do by using resources and managing the risk. Kind of guardrails, what IT should do or not do, do's and don'ts, with principles and policies. That is what the governance is. And as a top level leader, skill set, mindset point of view, we need to understand this governance is the one which helps the bridging what IT is doing, what business is asking. Okay, so IT governance is there. What is the next step? What is a part of the plan? Is what IT strategy. Strategy is the plan to realize the value using the resources and optimizing the risk, managing the risk. Strategy decides what projects to work on, what products to build on, and what services to be created. The end of the strategy is a project portfolio, and the plan is created. So list of projects created and prioritization went through, and there are selected projects to execute. So that is execution part. What we can call is portfolio management. So we have an approved list of projects, and managing those projects can be called as a portfolio, and that we are going to call as a build stage of IT domain. How do we build? We can use project management methodologies, a product development aspect of it too. And what are these build practices? It can be projects or building products like applications, software applications, or maybe building services. That is all comes into build part. Now the final piece here is part of IT run is service portfolio. Once you build these capabilities in terms of either projects or products or services or applications or softwares, they get into the service portfolio to serve the business. And these can be called into services, providing the services or infrastructure operations which are not directly visible to the business, but they are strongly enables the business, and security as well. So you could see the same align, plan, build, run into this map. I call it as IT organization map, defining the purpose of it. So the question for you here is, how can you increase your contributions and move up? In this map, where are you today? Or let me put it this way. In this map, where are you contributing more? Where are you contributing less? To acquire this CIO skill set, it starts from the top down. Looking at the governance, strategy, portfolio, project and portfolio management, product development, and then service and portfolio management. So if you move up your contributions, if you start increasing your contributions towards planning or managing, you will start gaining this top level leadership visibility. So, okay, this map sounds good, and it helps you where you are, it helps you where you need to go. But what skills do you need for this? How do you acquire these skills? Let's move on to secret number 3. What got you here won't get you there. And why past success won't define your future in IT leadership. Well, you already know this thing, right? We need to improve our skills to go to the next level. But what are those skills? But let me acknowledge one thing first. Your career journey so far is not by accident. I'm sure you worked very hard to get here. You might have learned something, you might have discussed with somebody, and you worked a lot to prove your value, and that's where you are at present. But then the question is, so what's the next step? And what skills you need to move up? Because I had the same question. After MBA, I told you, right, I was stuck. Then I thought, okay, I needed to improve more certifications, more technical skills. So I took a bunch of technical certifications, SAP, Java, that WebLogic servers, and so on and so. But I really, I was respected by many people as an expert of my domain. But that wasn't helping me to move up because I wasn't getting the recognition what I needed, because I wasn't contributing the right way. Maybe I was acquiring the wrong skills. I was going more deeper than wider. So how do I put those skills what can be improved? After going through all these hurdles, I can say I could put all the skills into 3 domains. And what I'm going to call these 3 skill domains, I'm calling it as a IT leadership triad. Once you master these 3 skill domains, you will be start showing your readiness and moving up relatively easier than otherwise. This is what is actually, it's not like a good to have, it is like a must to have. The only question is, how are you going to acquire these skill domains? You're going to take a long time to acquire by hardship, or you're going to invest in some programs to improve these skills. So let me explain what are those included in this IT leadership triad. The first and foremost skill domain is enterprise IT management. And we have already talked about it. It is acquiring CIO skill set and mindset to align, plan, build, and run. These 4 are magic words. If you understand this from top down, what we discussed a few minutes back, that is what enterprise IT management. But obviously there are more details like, okay, how do we align? What frameworks are there? How do we plan and build, run? What are the things you need to learn skills here? And that is why I have entire program dedicated for all these domains. Okay, so now we know the skill domain 1 here is enterprise IT management. What are the other domains here? The second domain here is business acumen. If you look at any business leader, what goes in their mind are, how do we run today? How do we transform? How do we grow? Run means do good. Whatever we are doing, do good. Whatever we promise to the customers, deliver that. Run the operations. Transform means do better. Do more of what we are good at. And transform, reduce inefficiencies. Reduce the cost. Improve efficiencies. That is transformation. And the grow part is do something new. How do we innovate? How do we grow? We need to do something more than what we have been doing. Something new also, right? That is what goes in business leaders' mind. If you understand this mindset, and that's what I'm calling it as a business acumen, because you will be using this language and you'll be able to talk and interact and provide value to the business. And I'm going to talk about this more. Let's talk. How do we understand the business? How do we improve our business acumen? The way I divide this into 2 parts, external view and internal view. From external view, even one is called far view. What industry company operates in and how is the performance? If you look at any public company, you can get this information very easily by looking at any stock websites or portals. What are their sales and revenues? So do you have this knowledge about Tesla? I think it's easy to get. Tesla is in electric vehicles. It's one of the leaders in this world at present. We know their finances. We can look it up in their any business websites. So we can get far view. And what is the, closer view? Again, we are saying staying outside. What is the company's business model? Who are the executives of the company? And what are their targeted markets are? If you spend a little more time, let's say go back to example Tesla, you can go to Tesla's website or maybe some reporters' websites, understand more about what is Tesla's business model. How are they doing today? What is the projection? That is still closer view, but you're still outside. If you go inside the organization, there are 3 levels of view: top view, middle view, bottom view. Top view is where the executives are sitting. Their job here is, how do we sustain and grow our business? How do we keep our competitive advantage today? So at the same time, how do we grow our business for tomorrow? And that is where they need to have a strategy which is aligned to their vision and then they need to have appropriate business models and value chains. This is what their language, and they need to focus on that. And the middle level management is how do we execute their strategy? While we're executing the strategy and building these capabilities and growing the business, are we in compliance with regulations, aligned with the stakeholder expectations? So their job is to bridge this top level and bottom level in making sure the strategy is executed and operational challenges are taken care of properly, and most importantly, the compliance, governance, and risk management. That is the middle view. And the bottom view is where the operations happen. What do we need to do today to get the business going on and to meet the business objectives? Either fulfilling the customer orders or building the product, delivering the value to the customer. This is what I go much more deeper as part of my Ultimate IT Leadership program. But I'm hoping you're getting a value here, part of this foundation training, looking at from outside view of an organization, inside view of an organization to improve your business acumen. And one other diagram I want to give you, a toolkit here, is a business capability mapping. Generally for people for information technology, we are very good at technical skills. We may not speak business language. But by having this kind of a mapping, you will be able to understand how your role, the work what you're doing, fits to the business value. So let's look at it as a value chain. It starts from inbound logistics. Think of it as again, car manufacturing company. What do they need to get? They get parts from different companies, suppliers, and they get delivered to their warehouses, inbound logistics. And then operations. This is where they assemble and then produce these vehicles. Outbound logistics, the vehicles get shipped to the dealers or to customers. But they need to have marketing and sales department to market and sell. And then once they sell, they need to service. So these are the value chain activities. I call it as a 50,000 foot view, very high level view. And if you go for one more level down, I call it as a 30,000 foot view. What you're seeing here are capabilities. What are the business capabilities to support those value chain group of activities? And if you take it further down, you will see business processes. What processes can be executed to build that capability, for that capability? Now, till that is what the business acumen is to that level. But because from IT point of view, for this process, what applications are supported or what applications are helping to fulfill that process? And if you go further down, you can look at system level, IT infrastructure, what system we're running, cloud, on-premise, and do they have disaster recovery, failover? That is detail level view, 5,000 foot view. So this is what business capability mapping to process, to applications, to systems. And once you understand this business knowledge and how IT is aligned, IT is contributing or supporting or enabling the business with this kind of map, you will acquire this business acumen to be able to deliver value to the business. Okay, so now we are done with enterprise IT management, business acumen. Let's move on to this missing piece here. Leadership skills. Every business has one thing common. What? People. So people need to be managed, and people leader needs to connect, collaborate, and create value. It is not just about leading team members. The leadership skills is how do we connect, how do we collaborate with them, how do we create a value to the business, to the customers ultimately. So to explain this leadership skills, I like Simon Sinek's quote. I really reject the idea of soft skills. There's nothing soft about them. We have hard skills and we have human skills. We need more human skills in business today. So I took this as an inspiration. I prepared this framework, how to master human skills. So there are 4 triangles here, 4 groups. First, let's start with self-mastery. Any leader needs to be aware of the limitations and the strengths within the self. So how do you manage yourself in various contexts and desired outcomes from yourself? How do you motivate? What's your energy levels? Do you have emotional intelligence? So if you know how to manage yourself, then you will be able to bring the best version of yourself in every interaction what you perform. That is a fundamental skills, and it is not easy to master. It's a progressive journey, but realizing there is something called self-mastery and understanding where you are and working towards improving that itself is a great achievement. Okay, so what is the next part of this human skills? Collaboration. How you build relations and rapport or credibility with others. It is not just about, hey, I want this, you give me this, or what do you want, how can I help you? It's about building the relationship, like, hey, how can I help you? You seem to have some challenge, or building the rapport. So, and when you build this rapport and credibility, then the collaboration becomes much more easier. If two new people come into a room and they need to work together on a critical project, it may not give the same amount of productivity than the two people who worked in the past and they got into the same room and working now on a new project. Because they know each other, productivity becomes much more better and faster if there is a relationship. So that is why part of mastering human skills, collaboration is important. Now the third one is leadership. Now let's say you have a team. What is your job is to lead the team and work on the projects and the business initiatives to produce value to your stakeholders. And that is a leadership. The stakeholders can be your team members or your top leaders or your customers or your peers. But the leadership is to manage the team, get the work done, and give the value, while having other self-mastery collaboration as well. And the final piece of puzzle here is communication. That is in the center. How do you communicate with yourself, peers, executives, and other team members? So in my actual program, Ultimate IT Leadership Program, I go deeper into each of these domains. Okay, so now let's recap where we are. What we started is Ultimate IT Leadership Career Foundation Training. Part of the foundation training, we focused on 3 secrets. Secret number 1, there are no shortcuts to success in your leadership career, but there is a fast track. We understood there's a fast track. We can do that. How can we do it? By acquiring the top level leadership skill set and mindset. Now, secret number 2 is how do we acquire? So let's unlock top IT leadership's CIO skill set and mindset. So we spend time on that. And the third, okay, what got you here won't get you there. So you need more skills. What are those skills? We looked at our IT leadership triad. And this is what IT leadership triad, what we have been talking, what is needed for us to grow our careers in a fast track in IT is understanding and mastering this IT leadership triad of enterprise IT management, business acumen, and leadership skills. And if I have to complete this picture into entirely this ultimate IT leadership career is this. This IT leadership triad becomes the foundation and pillars for the takeoff journey. It helps you to acquire top level leaders skill set and mindset, helps you to progress your leadership career on a fast track. But let me remind you this. It is not just about progressing your leadership career, like getting a job as a manager, director, or vice president, or CIO. Yes, those are all good, but please keep this in mind. It is also about feeling valued and helping others and contributing to the team, contributing to the company, and contributing to the world also. So when you are growing as a leader, you don't just see this just for next level job promotion. You are becoming a better person with the right skill set and mindset to contribute value to the company where you're working, and that way you're helping others as well. Okay, at this point, you might be thinking like drinking water from a fire hose. I know we went through a lot of information. Let me ask you a question. Is it okay if I make an offer, what we covered in which could help you as a next step? I prepared a program called Ultimate IT Leadership, which I've been telling. Whatever we covered is a high-level view, and I gave you a lot of frameworks in that shows what this program can talk about. The program goes much more deeper into all those areas. So when you invest in Ultimate IT Leadership program today, what you're going to get? You're going to get my signature program of this Ultimate IT Leadership course. And you might be asking like, okay, so what is there in this course? I divided this into these 9 modules into 3 sections. So phase 1 or section 1 is the foundation. This is where IT leaders' role and responsibility. If we look at a CIO, what is the current role and responsibilities of a CIO? What is expected out of CIO? What are the challenges for CIO? And if you look at a job position, what are the expected skills and experiences? So we can take a deeper look into that in that module. And the second one is business management. You need to gain the clarity about business models, the tools, the functions and processes. And that is how you can improve your business acumen. And the third is IT organization. What is the purpose of an IT? And what is IT governance? Aligning. So we'll take a deeper dive into this thing. Now we'll go into technology management part of it, phase 2, which is where we look at IT plan, which is strategy and portfolio. Gain leadership language of strategy development and portfolio management. Once you have this, the next one is IT building with projects or product development. Learn IT build practices with the project management, product development, and vendor management and more. And the 6th here is IT run, services and operations. Learn IT leadership practices on IT operations and services, including ITIL framework, cloud migration, and more. And the third phase here is self-mastery. We spoke about we needed to grow as a leader. That means we need to have a self-mastery, learn to be accountable, productive, and efficient, and then acquire the human skills to lead, to connect, and to collaborate, and to create value. And finally, as a 9th module, how can you put all these things together to show your value to grow for your next level leadership role, path to the top? So I have broken down in these 9 modules, and I covered a lot more information in each of them. I would value this course as $10,000 value course. This is not just a course, it's a program. It has 80 value-packed training videos, self-paced learning videos. And each video has learning objectives and key takeaway points. And also, this program has more than 10 quizzes for self-assessment to just reflect on what you're learning. And also, I'm giving my future CIO ebook. So whatever I taught in this course, I put the right information in an ebook, and I will be publishing it in Amazon also. But you're going to get this as a early release. On top of it, you're going to have more than 50 downloadable handouts, including the slides what I used, the frameworks what you have seen, and more than that, and checklists and templates for your reference. So I think this is a lot of value to help you to get to the next level IT leadership, to improve your leadership skills. So I want to make it like kind of a no-brainer to invest on this program. So I thought about, like, what else do you need? What can I give you more? What else do you need? So I put together a couple more courses for you to help you in this journey. So I'm going to give you this as a free bonuses when you invest in the Ultimate IT Leadership Program. So the first one here is strategy language for IT leaders. And again, there's an ebook also, Strategy Language, How to Transform Your IT Leadership Career. Have you seen leaders, the way they speak? They use some keywords. They use strategy, capability, vision, roadmap, projects, portfolio, performance, efficiencies. So what is their language? Is there a better way we can communicate this language? Okay, what about IT leaders' language? What do they talk? So this course can help you to understand strategy language for IT leaders. And when you start using this language, you're seen as a leader. This is like a blueprint, right? So you're immediately learning a new language. You're able to fit into that population over there. So you will be talking leadership language. I would value this $1,500. So when you invest, what you're going to get? You're going to get Ultimate IT Leadership Signature Program, which is $10,000 value. And then as a bonus, you're going to get Strategy Language for IT Leaders course, that is $1,500 value. So total value is $11,500. So $11,500. I have one more bonus. Lead Transformation Project course. Have you seen a leader walking into a meeting and asking the right questions? Have you ever wondered how they ask the right question? That seems to make more sense. And they're able to steer the discussion with the right questions. How are they able to do that? That is what this course talks about. Puts transformation projects into 7 phases, and we will take a deeper dive look into questions for each phase of this transformation initiatives and projects. Once you understand that, you will be able to lead your teams with the right questions, and you'll be able to ask the right questions to your leaders. I would value this course and the ebook, which is very small, but you're going to get this reference point of view. You can use it at any given point of time. I would value this as $1,000 course. So when you invest in this program today, what you're going to get? Ultimate IT Leadership Signature Program and Strategy Language for IT Leaders course and Lead Transformation Projects course. And total value with all these three, $12,500. Not only that, I'm like, what else I could give to help with the strategy language, strategy point of view? So you can speak like a leader, think like a leader, act like a leader. So I prepared some add-ons because I heard some feedback from the past students. I'm like, they need more. So I prepared this real-world strategic example. I took a case study of a company where I worked directly or indirectly, and I went through showing the slides of how they prepared the strategy, how strategy converted into a projects portfolio, and how the projects portfolio converted into initiatives, and how do they review, how do they prioritize. So it talks about real IT projects into this real world example. And then I even prepared a kind of a cheat sheet, strategic vocabulary. And if you start using this language in every day, you will be speaking like a top leader of any company. I would value this $1,500 value. So when you invest today, what you're going to get? Ultimate IT Leadership Signature Program, and bonus 1, Strategy Language for IT Leadership course, and bonus 2, Lead Transformation Projects course, and bonus 3, Strategy Language add-on bundle. But again, I'm like, this is all about IT, and we're talking about business acumen. What else I could give? So I prepared actually a different course, which is a lot more information packed about mastering business strategy. Here I'm not talking about anything IT. I'm talking about business strategy. And here it helps not only to understand business strategy, but also helps you to get strategic mindset for leadership success. Because you might have heard about many people talking about, oh, you need to have a strategic mindset. You need to think strategy, strategic thinking. What does it mean? I have pictures, I have slides, I have templates to explain this concept, starting from what is the challenges for top level leaders? How do they fulfill the challenges thinking about the strategy? For business, and how they use their strategic mindset in their day-to-day work. I even give an example about strategic thinking to solve a problem. So when you invest today, what you're going to get: Ultimate IT Leadership Signature Program and Strategy Language for IT Leaders course and Lead Transformation Projects course, Strategy Language add-on bundle, and special bonus Mastering Business Strategy course, which I valued $2,000 for that. And total value $16,000. I have one last thing here is to add is when you invest in this program today, you're going to be part of exclusive community access. I'm having a private Facebook group. I would say that is priceless. So when you invest today, the total value of $16,000 is going to be yours. Let's take a minute. If all these programs did this was finally get you unstuck and get you to the next level leadership job, is that $16,000 worth it? Would it be worth it? I would say yes. If all did this was help you get the top leadership skill set and mindset and improve your confidence. Forget about job. If it improve your confidence, would it be worth it? I think it is yes, because people spend thousands of dollars for one particular course, and that doesn't give you this comprehensive look. Because I spent more than $100,000 for MBA, and I spent thousands of dollars for other courses too. And finally, would it be worth if it helps you to impress your boss and other leaders and get them to value you? That feeling that getting valued by other leaders, would it be worth it? Because you're going to convert that into financial benefit either ways. I would say yes. So you might be thinking, okay, this sounds good, the framework sounds good, but would it work for me? This would work either you're working in technical directly, or you're a non-technical role like a business analyst or project manager, but you're involved in dealing and working with technical people. So no matter whether you're a programmer or a system administrator or architect or a data engineer or a project manager, this skill set, this program would still help you to acquire the top level leadership skills and mindset, which you can use in your work immediately. So I had two choices. First option was go cheap and try to sell as many as possible. Well, if I take that approach, it wouldn't incentivize me to really stack the value and give more information like these extra bundles and PDFs, ebooks, templates. So the second option was requires a little higher investment from your part, but in exchange, I and the team can devote more resources to help your success. So with that, I took the second option. So if you invest today, what you're going to get: Ultimate IT Leadership Signature Program and 5 bonuses: Strategy Language for IT Leaders course, Lead Transformation Projects course, and Strategy Language add-ons, and Mastering Business Strategy, Strategic Mindset, special bonus, and then private Facebook group to learn with other people together. So this actually, I would say, is totally makes sense even to have this price of $1,997. You can start with this thing. I'm sure you would pay even for this price, but I'm not going to charge that much. One time pay $997. Not even that. I'm going to make it much more easier, because the intention here is I want to make it like a no-brainer for you to invest in this thing so that you can learn and progress your career. So it's a $497. It's a limited time. I know limited time is most commonly used because my intention is to make it available to only people who are taking it seriously and willing to invest in their careers. So this price and these amount of bonuses are not guaranteed in the future. So I would encourage you to take this opportunity. So you might be asking some questions. Let's go through some most commonly asked questions to help you with this thought process. I can get most of the info from YouTube. Where do I invest in this program? Yes, you can get some pieces from YouTube. Absolutely, yes. But would you get the transformation journey what I went through? Would you be able to learn from my 25 years of experience? Not only just that, right? I'm working as a CIO in a big organization. So would you be able to get kind of a mentorship from that kind of a person? I don't think so. What if I don't have a leadership title at present? Will these course be useful for me? If you have IT experience at least 5 years, you'll be able to at least understand some of the vocabulary and terminology, what I'm talking about from a top level leadership skill set mindset means. If you have 10 plus years of experience, you can relate and you can even see, oh, that's what my manager was saying or my director was talking about. Now I understand what they're going through. You will get the realization. So what I'm trying to say here is no matter where you are in your career journey, this will help. This won't help if you are a fresh out of college. It may not really help right away because some of this language, some of this vocabulary, what we used in this course, it may not be relevant for you to get your first job. But if you are an experienced professional, you can learn, you can understand this, you can learn, and you can use them to progress your career. How long will I have access to this course? This is one-time payment, lifetime access. In fact, we do have plans to make it as a membership and give this access to only membership. The membership fee would be $99 per month. Per year access is $997. So instead of that, you'll be paying one time $497 and you will be having access lifetime. If I have questions, how can I get them answered? So that is why I'm creating this private Facebook group. You can join and you can post questions. You can talk to other people who are learning. And not only you learn from other people, you can help other people to learn also. You can share and connect, contribute as well. So there is a way. And also I will be able to answer the questions for each wherever is applicable, either in terms of the lesson and the comment section there immediately or in the Facebook group too. And my team also will be able to answer the questions. Are there downloadable materials for offline references? Absolutely yes. I'm putting a bunch of resources into that for every lesson. And also I'll be adding more also to keep this more applicable for what's trending. But this framework is not going to change. The skill set and mindset of a CIO is not going to be changed, I would say, even for next 10, 20 years. I don't know what's going to happen 20 years, then maybe there is a new level of roles. But at present, this is going to be very useful and I'm going to keep adding appropriate materials to help you for this learning. Do I get a recognizable course certificate for my career purpose? Yes. Once you complete the course, then you will get a course completion certificate. This which you can download and you can post it on Facebook, on LinkedIn as well. Many people do that. I'm not ready at present. Can I come back later? This is pretty common. Again, I totally understand. I respect if that is what you're thinking, but hear me out. If you are willing to take your career serious and save years of hardship and eliminate even 1 year, would it be worth? Yes, it is worth, right? If it helps you to reduce 2 years and you go to next level journey, it is more worth, right? What does it require? It requires action. So many people think they want to do it, they'll postpone it, but they may not take the action. So this is for people who wants to take action and progress. So you have a choice. But what I can say here is I was stuck for a long time, but you don't have to be stuck. I was hoping for someone to guide me. I thought I needed an MBA and certifications. I had many ups and downs. Finally, I figured it out and made the progress I always wanted. Now I'm an author and keynote speaker, and I could sit in a group of CIOs and talk their language and go to my CEO and give value to my work and my team. And that fulfilling is amazing. And now I wanted to teach that. That's why I put together into this Ultimate IT Leadership program. So all I can say here is this is an opportunity, and I cannot guarantee you're going to get all these bonuses with the same price. So this is a limited time opportunity. So if you invest $497 today, you are going to get Ultimate IT Leadership Training Program, which is having 10 plus hours of course material, 80 plus video lessons, and more than 10 quizzes for self-assessment, an ebook, and more than 50 plus PDF files which you can use in an offline reference. On top of it, you're going to have these bonuses: strategy language for IT leaders course, lead transformation projects course, strategy language add-ons bundle, and mastering business strategy course, and all on the private Facebook group. That is value, total value is over $16,000. That much value, you're going to get this for $497. With that, thank you for joining this foundation training with me, and I hope to see you inside Future CIO Club.